Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. Today we are going to be looking at hacking a city council, hacking the machine City Council from Hack Smarter Labs. It is a medium-rated machine. It is an Active Directory machine, and we're going to be trying to get through to it. So I'm hoping to at least get a foothold today. Fingers crossed we can do that. And if we can get any further, that would be really cool. Let me know how you're going, where you're viewing from, and we will get started in just a moment. Let me adjust my timer, get that started. And as usual, we have this timer just to show how much time I have left before my kids get up, so we can keep hacking up until then. So, how is everyone doing? I think that's it. Yes. All right. So as I was saying before, this is the machine that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing City Council from Hack Smarter. I've chucked it in the chat, so you'll be able to follow along if you have a subscription. If not, I recommend get a subscription to Hack Smarter. It is really worth the money. It is a great platform. I'll probably do a review of it soon because it's really good. There's like really good stuff there, awesome stuff to learn. But yeah, so this is our machine. We're going to read the objective and scope. So this is the objective and the scope of the machine. A local municipality recently survived a devastating ransomware campaign. While their IT team believes the infection has been purged and the holes plugged, the Board of Supervisors isn't taking any chances. They've brought in HackSmarter to provide a second pair of eyes. Your mission is to perform a comprehensive penetration test of the internal infrastructure. Reaching domain admin isn't the endgame. Treat this like a real engagement. See how many vulnerabilities you're able to identify. So obviously we have our user and our root flags, but as this is said, we need to treat this like a real penetration test, like a real engagement. So we're not just going to go straight for domain admin. We will also try to identify different findings along the way, and I will be noting them down in our notes. Hey, Pontagonist. good to finally meet you. See, I saw your username come up in Discord a few months ago, and I was like, hey, that is a very similar username to me. This is going to get confusing, but that's fine. Alrighty, so let's get our notes sorted first. We completed these machines. All right, so let's create a new note with our template. City Council Hack Smarter. And let's also change our little emoji as well. Let's see if they have a council building. Nope. City. What do we reckon? Let's put a night. There you go. Alright, so we also have, I've already spun up the machine, so let's copy the IP address. Let's chuck that in there. We'll set this difficulty to medium. It's a Windows machine. I'll add that as well. And it's an Active Directory machine. Alrighty. I did see your write-up yesterday. It was really good. Your walkthrough. Alright. I do need to modify this. To be more how I use it these days. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, so now that we have the IP address, let's perform our first nmap scan. So we want to map the network, we want to make sure, we want to know what's running on this. So we're going to do -p- for all ports, -scv for default scripts, and version scan. We also want to do verbose because I like to be able to see what I'm doing. And -- minimum rate 1000 just to speed things up. ON for output normal format, and we'll do CC TCP scan. Alright, I think that's good. We'll also run netexec because we want to get domain information. And we'll also see if, let me just start again. We'll also do shares. AIV is streamboo.com. What? Alright, so we have a domain which is city.local, and the domain controller is cc. So what are we going to do? We are going to add this to our Etsy host file. No. Let's do this the correct way. We want I. So we go to IP address, dccc.city.local, and we want city.local. That should be good. How's our scan going? We have a ton of very standard ports. We also have port 80. Usually on a domain controller, if port 80 is open, then it might be a web enrollment port for ADCS. So we might have that, which may give us an easy win. But seeming as this is a medium machine, we may need to do a little bit more than just this. Protagonist, you say, I would love to work with you related to content if you work with noobs and beginners like us. I don't know. Nah, I don't really have time to work with other people, unfortunately. Hence why I stream at 5 a.m. in the morning before my family wakes up. That's kind of the only time I have to make stuff and for me to study for my own benefit. That's kind of the main reason why I'm doing this, is to kind of learn myself and to keep myself sharp and learn new skills and new techniques and all of that. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll actually have the time to help and to work together with many other people, just because of my schedule. Alrighty, so it's 12 a.m. here. That's quite late. I might encourage you to go to bed. You know, you can join me on the stream, but going to bed is good. Geez, I'm old. All right. So our Nmap scan is done. Let us copy this over to our notes. And let's have a look. All right, so with our networks, our Nmap scan, we have port 80 open, and it looks like a standard web server. So we've got Microsoft IIS. This is City Hall, your local government. That's the HTTP title. We also have Kerberos. We have NetBIOS, LDAP. What else do we have here? We have SMB. More LDAP. 3389 for RDP. We don't see any custom certificate like issuers. So I'm going to guess they don't have ADCS running. We also have 5985, which is WinRM, so we might be able to do Windows Remote Management, .NET Message Framing, and 47001, which is also a standard HTTP port. And then we have all these RPC endpoints. All right. We got a ton to work with here. So, recon. To do, we want to look at the web server. Good morning, ActChat, and welcome unknown user F4S9X. Good to see you on the stream. It's good to have you guys. We are just doing the city council machine. All right, so we need to look at the web server. We want to look at SMB. What else do we want to find? And you know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to add another section here. Because we're treating this more like a pen test, we want to do a findings section. So in this section, we're going to put like the different findings that we find here. We're not going to fully write them up like a report, but we are going to put what they are. We are going to put what they are so that we know if we were to write a report, these are the things we would report. So so we don't have SMB1 and signing is enabled on SMB. So that means we won't be able to, that's something we don't need to report. I'm going to try some null authentication. So we have an access denied there. Let's try with our guest account. Account is disabled. Is the local guest account enabled? It's probably disabled too. And we'll try null authentication with the local. Okay, so apparently null authentication is enabled, but we're not actually able to see anything at this stage. So let's write that down. Tried null and guest authentication on SMB share. Neither worked / were enabled. And we'll copy this over. Alrighty. Sweet. I kind of want to change. I'm not going to do this on stream, but not at this stage anyways. But I kind of want to change this because it's kind of annoying when you copy and paste over. I have on my work laptop, I have my terminal is set to have just a simple arrow. Just makes copy and pasting a lot easier. You don't have to delete a bunch of stuff. Alright, so we've done that. We now want to look at the web server. So let's have a quick look using the browser here. City, local. We'll do it like this. Alrighty, so welcome to our city hall, your trusted local government serving the community with dedication and excellence. Find more information, services, and resources for all your needs. Alright. So we have that. We also have some usernames here. So let's make a list of them. Let me close. No, close the wrong one. We will rebuild. Let me close that one. Come on. That is not what I wanted. There we go. All right. Let's get everything open again. All right, so let's make a users file. And we want to copy all of these people. Can I just highlight? Sure, let's do that. Alrighty. I'll delete that. And we'll delete that. Cool. Alrighty, so now we have a list of users. Let's keep going. So we have a message page. We also have administrator here, which is pretty obvious. I mean, every domain has an administrator, but it's weird that they're using the administrator account as the general email. I think I'll note that down as a finding because they probably shouldn't do that. Because if you send malicious emails and the administrator opens it, then the administrator account is compromised. So we got that as a finding. All right. All right. Administrator account used for contacts email. What is going on with this? Is this just loading? I think my dark reader, yeah, there we go. I think dark reader was just messing with Notion. To close this. All right, let's keep going. Oh, they have documents and forms. What is this? That's weird. So the city services portal needs to connect to our internal government network. To establish this connection, you must add the following entry to your system's host file. What the heck? Okay. Pin file. If you're using another Linux distribution or don't want to install tkinker, simply runs the window exe with wine. That's interesting. Okay. We'll download both, I reckon. Because I want to see what they both do. Alright, let's move. We want city services portal, all of them here. Alright. See if we have any strings in the city services portal bin. That was a bit big. Let me kill that. Hey, Agent 57, welcome to the stream. This is... What is this? I am doing very well, thank you. How are you? This is huge. Interesting. I have a feeling we might be able to leak some sort of information with this. So I'm currently working on the City Council Challenge Lab from HackSmarter. If it loads, you'll be able to see it. Yep, so this machine, this is the one we're working on. So we found that we can download a binary from them. So let's install this. Oh, apparently we have it. Let's change the permissions. We'll run it. Oh, fancy. I like this. You know what we need to do? We need to spin up Wireshark. Because we're going to want to see the connections it makes. Because I reckon this thing can make some sort of LDAP connections out to the domain. What? Where are it done? 0. All right. What is this? Da, da, da. So let's run that again. So I reckon that probably does a call out when you first connect. Is it the right? I don't think I'm on the right. I want to do this one. There's nothing here. Ooh, we're using a service account. Okay. Is this right? Let's try that again. Okay, so we're getting something in, but I think we are on the wrong network. I think it's using ETH1. Is this it? No. What's going on? All right, let's... That did nothing. What are we doing? Check my IP. So this IP. I want to... Okay, so we're recording there. Send that through. Voter registration. Are we able to point this at ourselves? I reckon we could respond to this. Sudo responder -i ton 0. We'll do that, and then we'll submit the application. This may not be the right thing to do. I do think that we'd be able to get the credentials. Oh, has the app frozen? I think it has. Oh, here we go. I just realized that it actually went through. Okay, so we did get the credentials. I didn't realize that it actually came through. All right, so we got our push. All right, our TCP payload. Let's follow this stream. Then we have our, thank you. It is very cold right now at my house. So we have this service account and we have a password. Awesome. So let's make a note of that. So we went to the website council.local and found a binary we could download. We found that it could make requests and used Wireshark to intercept the LDAP credentials for a service account. Cool. That, and we want that. Alrighty, so from here, we can, let's stop this. We can test these credentials, but what I want to do is also see what other things we can capture. Just break. It did break. Can we kill this? Come on. It's totally broken. I guess we'll just minimize that. We'll just leave it as is. Alright. I wanted to see what other services they had, but I think for now we can just work on this. Alright, so we have this user as well. So let's add him to our user file. And now, since we have credentials, we have a foothold on the domain. Let's get the password as well. We're able to kill this thing. Yes, we got it. All right, so NXE SMB -U -P. We'll add that in there. And I imagine that this one is going to have quite a few permissions that it shouldn't. And we'll just do a -- shares while that's running. Oh no, we did not add a DC-CC. Will that figure it out? No. .city. All right. We also need to add finding for hard coded credentials in publicly accessible binary. So we'll be able to put that in as probably a critical finding because it gives us a foothold on the domain. All right, and we have a bunch of shares here. We have a backup share, netlogon, sysvol, IPC. We might look at this sysvol share in a second, because what I learned from the last stream is you need to check sysvol. Sometimes there's scripts in there with credentials in them. Already looking at the practices of this organization, they may not have the best security practices. We want this to be city.local. Nope. Copy this over. Logon failure. Why? What did I do wrong? Or do I need to do... this. Log on failure. All right. Just got to blow my. I appreciate that. I did not realize that I turned my mic off and then just kept yapping away. Thank you, Adam Rude. That wasn't very rude of you, but thank you. That was a knee slapper of a joke, wasn't it? Alright. Is that alright? Oh, what is going on there? Is that really loud? Hello? Let me know if that is super loud. I don't know what's going on. I think it's fixed itself now. Okay. This is one wild ride. Alright, so we didn't get any more passwords there. But we were able to crack this password. So we're able to get Clerk Hill. Clerk John is the account. Is that? We'll add that to our user list. Clerk.john. This just keeps getting better and better. And then we'll add that. Let's make another file with credentials. Clerk.john. Do that. And then we also need our services portal. And we can grab that one from here. Alrighty, so now we have another set of credentials we can move with. So let's put that in our notes as well, because that was a big, another move forward in the account, in the domain. So let me just put this as roastable users with weak credentials. Where do we go from here? So now, and we'll also add in like weak password policy. Using the service account, we performed Kerber roasting and retrieved the Kerberos hash for clerk.hill. We then cracked it using rocku.text. Hashcat and rocku.text. Alrighty, let's add our evidence in there. You always got to have evidence when you're doing your pen testing. Oh. All right. And we'll do this, and we'll just copy this. Sweet. We got the creds. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's keep moving. Now that we've got creds, more creds. We'll be able to see if this user has any more permissions to be able to see the shares, because I really am interested in seeing this uploads and this backups share. Let me see that that's correct. Clerk.John, Clerk Hill. Sweet. I'm gonna shut this now. Let's save that as well, because that's good evidence for us. LDAP, creds, capture. Alrighty, and we'll send that through. Coffee's running out, which is really disappointing. Alright, so we have rewrite permissions on the uploads folder, which means we'll be able to do two things, I think. I think we might be able to write a SCF file or an LNK that does a call out to us, and then we could potentially get more credentials that way. Or maybe the uploads folder has some interesting information on it. So let's have a look at that. Let's see, let's go back to our SMB client command. Uploads. And we want clerk.John. That, and then clerk Hill. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, so we've got council draft, holiday office hours notice, we have a parking permit sheet, right access, email. We have an email for John Peters. Can we get everything? We'll do that. Get council draft. Getting everything, because you may not know what might be in here. And we want staff contacts. Sweet, I think that's everything. Alright, let's make a new file. Files from uploads share. We want this, no. We want this, no, this, this, and this. Get in there. All right, let's see. Council draft. These are just minute notes, note minutes, meeting minutes. This is really long. Let's just do a search for password. User. I think that's it. IT. Let's IT ticket. I think this is just repeating. Yeah. It's just repeating the stuff. Permit info sheet. Blah, blah, blah. Staff contacts. Oh, and we've got more users. So who do we not have? We don't have Paul. We don't have Maria. Do we have Alex King? We don't have Alex King. Got clerk John Peters. We don't have web admin. Interesting. John Smith. I don't think we have John Smith. Nope, we don't have John Smith. Sam Brooks. I don't think I've seen that. All right. So we have those. Yes, Agent 57, we do need more coffee. Always. Always need more coffee. Alrighty. So we got that. Now, the email that everybody has been waiting for. Right access. Quick note, I've granted you right access to the share folder. The folder is mapped as a Z on your workstation. You should be able to upload files there. The following files are already in the uploads folder to be actively edited. If the drive does not connect automatically, you can map it manually. You'll be prompted for your domain credentials. NetUse, blah, blah, blah. The share uses NTLM authentication. If you connect from an unfamiliar or public device and see an authentication prompt, do not enter your credentials on the device. Contact IT Help Desk. If you encounter any issues saving files or mapping does not persist, after reload, let me know and I'll check the mapping remotely. Sweet. So I'm guessing that we can drop in a file and we'll get John Peters' credentials. Yeah. I love this is saved as a docx, but it's just a text file. Alrighty. Save that. Alright, let's dump. Let's do that. And then we do have a, what is the tool? Oh, I used it on a machine previously. What machine was it? Aha. NTLM theft. CD into NTLM theft. NTLM theft. Alright, so we can do this. Alright, let's move back into there, and what we'll do is we'll do Python 3 home Kali tools. Hello Pretzel Pete, nice to see you. NTLM theft. Yep. And then we need to generate if I leave just G, does it generate everything? Dash S, which is myself. I want this. Now let's copy this over. Yeah, we'll make a theft files. Generate all. Was that even an option up here? Mode. I don't think so. And file name. Let's just do meeting. Urgent meeting. Sweet. Alrighty. Now, which one do we want to use? Do we want to just use the LNK? Is that what we should use? Do that. We will also start up responder because we want to make sure that we actually capture the hashes. All right, so do we have a move? Because I want to see if I can like rename it too with the @ symbol, so then I can like. Well, let me just do that now. Move urgent meeting.lnk to urgent meeting.lnk, but with an @ symbol at the start. All right. All right. Let's see if how far we can get in the next 28 minutes. send it. What? Oh, wait, do we need to specify the full path? Home, Cali, HS, labs, city. I could just copy this. What? Hey Mudo, how's it going? Good to see you. It's alright, you don't need to apologize for saying that you're late. I'm not taking a role here. So NTLM theft, basically what it does is it places it creates a whole bunch of malicious files here. Thanks for asking, because I don't know if everyone knows. So it creates a bunch of malicious files, and then if you have write access to a share, you can place one of these, whether it's like a URL file or an LAK or a library MS file or an SCF file, into it, and then when the person navigates to that directory, it coerces them into performing an NTLM authentication out. So you can specify the server that you want to have your file point to, so then it will go out to you, so then you can capture their NTLM hash. But I'm being a little bit stupid.